Okay, so the first step is to grate your zucchini, which Connie's done. And then you want to get as much juice out as you can. So the way that we do that is to put the zucchini in a towel. A little bit more here. And then what I'm going to do is just pour the excess juice in our stock pot.
Yeah, we don't want to waste any of that beautiful zucchini juice. We got the zucchini from our volunteering at the farm yesterday. We love that so much to have this beautiful produce in our kitchen.
Okay, so then we just squeeze it through that.
So you put it in a towel. Another way to do it, although we didn't like that suggestion, is to put it in a strainer and then squeeze paper towels on top.
But then they said to put it in a towel after that too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, this is, to do I tried the strainer thing, and you don't get much juice out pushing it on the strainer. This twist and squeeze is really effective. Okay, so there's the zucchini. Relatively dry. So this is you can also do the same thing with potato. You can make your potato pancakes instead of zucchini fritters.
Yeah, what would you do?
Yeah, you just do the same thing. You grate your potatoes and then wring them through a cloth like this and get a lot of the juice out. And that way it makes them more firm, and
Stick together better.
stick together. Right? Okay, so we've got the zucchini in here. We have 2/3 of a cup of corn.
Just frozen corn. That
Yeah,
makes it simple.
Yeah, keeps it simple. And then almond butter. This is an interesting addition. I think it helps to hold it together and make it richer. And it also then provides the oil, the whole food oil, that helps the body then to assimilate the oil-soluble nutrients like your vitamin E and your B vitamins that are, most of them are oil-soluble. So you always want a little bit of fat, and rather than using the typical fry it up in butter or avocado oil or something like that, we use the whole food oil of the almond butter. Okay, I need a paper towel.
It's right here.
Oh, good. Thank you. Got some almond butter on me. Okay, after that, 1/2 cup of oat flour. This is what kind of sticks it together. And I make my own oat flour. So I just take, I make more than 1/2 cup at a time, because the thing about the Vitamix, if you don't have enough volume in there, everything just kind of spins underneath the blades and doesn't get broken up. So I'll put like 1 cup of oats of rolled oats into the Vitamix and just warm them up for like 45 seconds. No, it doesn't even take that long. That's how long I need to make like an oat milk. If I'm making flour, it takes about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and whew, it's just flour. So I make my own oat flour, and then there's 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper. This calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, but we cut that in half because we're going real low for Connie. And after having them last time, we really love them the way they were. I was saying, let's try to spice them up, see what it's like with a little heat. So I've added a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash extra spicy. So that's all the spices that go in this recipe. And so we just then stir it all up. We'll mix all that together. Get it all ground together, stuck together. It takes just a little while to mix this so that the flour gets all through the zucchini, and that then makes it stick together. At first, it seems like they're never going to stick together, but at the same time that I'm kind of stirring, I'm also pressing down. I kind of mash it together, and that seems to start to make it stick well. I don't want to add much liquid because I want them to be kind of firm and dry. One of the things that I was always a little disappointed about whenever I used to make hash browns is that they would never kind of crisp up. They would never get nice and toasty brown. And I think that was a lot to do with the fact that I never squeezed the extra juice, the extra liquid and potato starch out of them. And so this is what I'm learning in this one, is that you let it be kind of dry, and then as I stir everything through it, I mash it down, and it's all like it's starting to stick together now as I mash. So that's part of what I think the almond butter helps with too. It helps to be a little bit of a coagulant, kind of hold it together. Yeah, I think we're starting to get there now. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do these in the air fryer. I love my air fryer. But you can also do them in the oven if you don't have an air fryer. Or if you're having company or something, you want to do quite a few, and it's more than your air fryer can do in one batch. You can also do it in the oven, so it works there too. So these have gotten nice and gooey. So these will stick together just fine. It's really surprising to me how it starts so dry, but then with a little attention, really, this is great. A little pressure, like a little pressure to pull things together, right? Okay. So this is our air fryer pan. So I take this is what it looks like now. I kind of divide it into 4 sections. I'm going to make 4 out of these. So I just do a little division so I can get an idea of equal amounts. Put these on the parchment paper. I love parchment paper. It makes it so easy to clean up. It's almost virtually no cleanup. And the last one here. And now I'm just going to mash those down and make them kind of round like patties. And we've got our zucchini fritters.
They look great, Bill.
You like them?
Yeah,
Well, it's going to be lunch.
part of lunch anyway.
Yeah, part of lunch.
What we plan for lunch is red lentils with the curry leaves, kale. We'll steam some kale, and we'll have these fritters with this lemon pepper sauce. That should be a really good lunch.
Yeah, really good lunch. So I'm going to air fry these for, let's see, how long is it? Air fry is 15 minutes on one side, and then I flip them, and you want to be kind of delicate when you flip them. They're still kind of tender when you've just done the first side. And you flip them and then give them another 10 minutes on the other side, and they're great. Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, so phase 1.
So
Toasty
that's
on one side.
crispy on one side for sure.
They're still tender.
Yeah, they're kind of wet and loose, so you want to be careful. Whoops.
So not perfect. Not perfect enough.
Yeah.
Progress.
Can
not
you see
perfection.
okay?
2.
Will you check the computer and make sure?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. That one's a big one.
That's a big one.
Maybe you need 2 spatulas for that. Nope. Good.
2 and 1 to go. Here we go. Okay. And back in. Another 10 minutes. We have
They're nice and toasted now.
well toasted fritters.
Oh, they look great.
I'm looking forward to that.
Pour a little sauce on one. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that sauce has a good consistency. That
Okay.
looks really good.
Yep, it'll be good.